I did it again. I'm Mary Winters, and I am the host of Visionary Aging. And let's go right into the fact that we are going to be talking about scams, brain health, fitness, and how you can avoid some of those scams. Because if you're aware and if you have good information and you're taking care of your brain, uh, maybe we can avoid some of those things. So let me go ahead and we're going to add Steve on here. Let's see what kind of a caregiver question he has. I'm sure we routed it around. I'm sure we routed it around something with scams. So let's see. Is he coming on? Oh, I'm on solo. That's why. Hey, how are
Good
you?
morning. I'm good. How are you?
Actually, get you on here. Okay. I did not unmute myself again. So I figured that out. But tell
Oh, we
me.
got it.
Now, I know you get lots of questions, and I know you can kind of pick and choose, and it's kind of fun to be able to do that with a team for our programs. But share our caregiver question for today.
Sure. There were a couple that came in, but to go along with our theme, so gentleman wrote in his parents were the victim of a scam, and this is the moving van scam, which we could go into later if you'd like. But they actually they were able to catch it and stop it before it actually took place. But they want to know, what do you do when you find out these scams? Like, how do you report them? How do we protect other people from falling victim to them? Like, where do you go to, warn people or report these people that are creating these scams?
Actually, years ago, I worked with the U.S. Postal Service because they have a huge number of scams through the mail. Now they're happening more on the phone, cell phones, and email, obviously. And some of them are really, really clever. So if you do call your local police, they may take a report, but they don't really know. They probably won't take a report, but they will tell you more broadly where you could potentially go, and it depends on if it's a federal crime or not. But there is an agency, and I wish I had been a little bit more prepared. Maybe that's something that if anybody is interested, they can call our office and we'll make sure that we have that contact information for you. But my gosh, I mean, even this computer scam, a friend of mine who is bright woman, no capacity issues. She had just bought her computer maybe 90 days before. She knew it was a limited warranty. Somebody called her up on one of those warranty scams, and she said, "Sure, go ahead and take care of my warranty." And she gave him a credit card, and boom, she could start seeing all her files coming out of her computer, being lifted out of her computer. She immediately shut it off and said, "You're a scam." Called the credit card company and had that canceled immediately. And her money was reversed. That's another thing that's kind of interesting too right now. I spoke with a professional who attended an event with, remember the Catch Me If You Can guy that Leonardo DiCaprio played
Yes.
in the movie years ago? He's still out there educating us on the scams. And he mentioned that it's better if you use more of your charge cards versus your debit card, because you get less time when you find that issue. You get less time to correct that than you do with a credit card to reverse the charges. Apparently, the banks are looking at more like a day on some of these scams. So it is kind of worth just checking daily and just scanning to make sure that whatever might be on your account is something that you charged, or a spouse or a partner in your account charged. So
Right.
it's going to become much more difficult, but it's tough. So what day is it today? Do you have a perk calendar?
I do. Today is National Nut Day.
Isn't that great? I know. And this,
So,
here, I'll put this in front of my face here. But we've got National Nut Day, and and we have the pun of the day too. So let me also give you the pun of the day. The perk pun is, a nut named Hazel held up a bank saying, "Give me all the cashews you have. Give me all the
cashew.
cashews. Give me all the cashew you have." Okay, God, I didn't even say it right. But we have all these fun, silly things, and it has a great a word sign in the back too. So here you go. Oh, you can't see it. Oh, because it's on this page.
There you go.
Okay, there you go. So fun stuff. National Cashew Day, like National Nut Day. Oh, where's our calendar? Oh, and next week it's going to be National Cat Day. If you're a cat lover, that's something you're going to want to celebrate for sure. So
Take my Benadryl.
yeah, it's all kinds of fun, wacky stuff. Life's too short. We have to have fun. So,
Right.
and how about?
So, are you familiar with the moving van scam?
I'm not even familiar with it. But yeah, why don't you share that with us really quick?
So you place an item up for sale, like a bed or dresser, something.
Got it.
These people see the item, they will respond to you and say, and it's pretty much like a form, like canned response that you get. My wife, our anniversary is coming up. I saw that dresser. She would love it. I definitely want to buy it. Can you please take it down, remove it from your site? I definitely want to buy it. I don't want anybody else to bid on it. I'm out of state, but I have a moving van that's going to be picking up some other items for me. And the moving van will come by and pick up this item as well. I will pay you whatever you want for whatever the price is, for the item, $500, let's say. So I'll give you $500 for the item. Can you also, if I give you some extra money, can you pay the moving van people for me? So I'm going to give you an extra $200 and pay the moving van people $150. And then just for your time and effort, keep that extra $50.
You know what? My sister-in-law, that happened to her, actually,
Mm-hmm.
now that you're mentioning it, and somebody had stolen checks from another company that had been dissolved. She kind of traced it down to that, and she actually sent it off to the police, and it was across many states. Very.
And so the people come by and they pick up the item, and you give them $150 and your item, and then you don't see them again. And then when you go to cash that check, it ends up bouncing, and so you're out the check money that you think you're getting from the check. You're out the $150 that you gave the person, and then you're out the item.
You're good job. That's terrible.
And there is a rumor, a story that the person who actually is part of the scam is one of the moving. He shows up as one of the moving van people.
Oh wow!
So like you're actually giving the guy who's scamming you. You're actually giving him the money.
So don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. So let's talk with Melinda about making sure that our brains are fit and that we can avoid some of that kind of,
Absolutely.
Truly, honestly, there are some really great scams. It doesn't matter how fit you are cognitively. But let's talk about it because a lot of people do get scammed because their executive functioning and some of their judgment is just a little bit off. So let's go ahead and we'll bring Melinda on to talk about that.
Hey.
Melinda. Yeah.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Good. So along that.
I'm jealous of your intro.
I forgot your intro. One of these days we'll get a really good set. We'll have an engineer who's pushing buttons and make sure that I'm not on mute, and I'll get a good show going. So we're working on it. Actually, we're working on it. So maybe in the next couple months or months, we'll see. So yeah, let's talk about brain fitness and how we can potentially avoid those cognitive issues leading up to being scammed or getting scammed. So
am I muted or can you guys hear me?
We hear you.
Oh, there. Okay. I was like trying to do it myself. I couldn't do it. It's funny that you guys have, it's Nut Day because nuts are so good for your brain health.
Wow.
Eating nuts.
Mm.
So nuts, yeah, they're definitely linked to having a healthier brain, and they lower your risk of having cognitive decline.
Yeah,
So
in fact, I've been eating 3 Brazil nuts almost every day because they have so much selenium in them.
that's perfect. Yeah, it's the healthy fats and the vitamin E. So healthy fats, antioxidants, and vitamin E, and the nuts that make them kind of a superfood for brain health. So yeah, so eat nuts, fatty fish. Like there's a lot of dietary things that we can do to improve our brain function, and a lot of that is the healthy fats, because your brain needs healthy fats. A lot of times when people go on a diet or something and they think, oh, I'm going to cut out the fat in my diet, it has a huge effect on their brain health and just processing and their ability to function. So making sure that we have a lot of healthy fat in our diet, getting enough sleep, if we don't get enough sleep, and then stress. The vitamins and minerals that stress depletes in our bodies really has an effect on brain health. And then, of course, physical activity is good for brain health, exercise. So keeping active, keeping mentally active, as well as keeping your body active.
Absolutely. Well, it's kind of like Shape Up when we have that
Yeah.
spiritual settings that we can unload. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's a religion or faith community. It often is. But even AA and places where you can unload that grief or that stress that you have, and just living the balance, like we mentioned too. And we can go through all of those components. But the other thing that I think is also really interesting, in addition to our fitness and sleeping well, and I completely agree, is we also know that when you have a higher number of connections in your life as you grow older, you are safer and your brain health is better too. Just because you have more people, I'm sure, that you're talking with, you're communicating then, you're using your senses. And I think that was also the big problem with COVID. And we saw so many of our people declining, and staffing was so low in facilities that we didn't know what was or wasn't happening. For example, now I finally have a client who can get out and get a cataract surgery. She couldn't get a cataract surgery before. And so things that were on the front of the list or really important weren't happening. And they're forgetting that, oh my gosh, I should have been doing this or should have been doing that. So last week, you guys challenged me to exercise more, at least put more movement into my world. And I love just talking about like the concept of good to better to best. And so I don't know, maybe we should challenge Melinda to a challenge.
What's my challenge?
I don't know. Is there a challenge that you want to
a challenge for everybody?
Yeah, we could do another challenge.
Okay, so let's do a brain health challenge, and the brain health challenge is to incorporate one healthy fat into your diet every day for brain health.
Okay.
So nuts, fatty fish like salmon or mackerel, even like avocado, olive oil, anything that's a nice healthy fat that can give your brain the nutrients it needs. Make good decisions.
Yeah, and my Greek friends would tell me that the olive oil has to be first cold pressed olive oil to be really valuable, in using. I have other friends, and is this part of the keto diet too, where you, I don't know, I think they spoon like coconut oil or something like that into their like daily smoothie, or they just spoon it into their mouth. Is that?
I missed what you said because I got a call from Germany.
It's a scam if they want to know about your warranty.
Right.
Speaking of spam
The German
calls,
car?
Exactly.
Germany. No, I have a Swedish car. I have a Volvo. That's Swedish, right? Yeah. See if the scam that you described with the moving, I get
Mhm.
that all the time at the strength shop.
Do you
Somebody
really?
will call. Yeah, they text or email usually, and they'll say, "Hey, I want you to train my 7 children. How much is it for training for my 7 children?" And at the beginning, the first time somebody asked me that, I was like, that's weird. Like, their ages are 16, 17, 18, whatever. I was like, that's weird. So I told them what the price was. And then he responded and he said, okay, they're going to come in a van and they have a driver. So could you pay the driver of
Oh,
the van the money? And I was like, no.
so I'll get a similar scam call, but it'll be, we have 7 seniors that we're dropping off, but you need to pay for them to get there. Is that, oh my gosh, that's crazy. Well, Suzette, thank you. She said, yes, the coconut oil is something that people
Oh,
can
yeah.
do.
Is that what
And
you were saying when
Melinda, what kind of
was
nuts would you recommend?
yeah,
Oh, any kind of nut. Walnuts. Ooh, walnuts look like a little brain. And that's how you
Right.
know that they're great for brain health.
isn't it
So,
amazing how food resembles what it helps? Like when you cut
yeah.
a carrot open, it looks like an eye, and the carotene and carrots help eyes.
You can see like how for the first man was like trying to figure out what they could eat and what they couldn't. They're like, oh, okay, well, not they wouldn't know what your brain looks like, but I don't know. They would not know that.
That's great. Well, I think it's time to celebrate a birthday. So how about we go ahead and we celebrate a birthday here. It's Violet. Violet is here pictured with a couple family members. Let's go ahead and we'll go off, but maybe we can just talk a little bit about Violet. She's out in Australia, and Emma Reed wrote this article on her, so I want to make sure she's acknowledged, and they took these fabulous pictures of her. And Violet Buckholtz lives in Bundaberg now, and she said that her family and friends all surrounded her for her birthday, and she was born on the 8th of October. And she is known for her sense of family, and her sons Ian and Carrie Buchholz said she is a well-lived woman and the kindest around. She has 4 children, 7 grandchildren, and 11 great-grandchildren. Ian said although his mom lived a quiet life, Violet has been an inspiration to all that she meets. And the one thing that's unique about her in her 100 years is that she's never been on a plane, a boat, or even held a driver's license, but it's never held her back. But I love the story that he talked about with his dad. He said he thinks that she called herself a pantry maid, and he said he thinks that was the term used for a waitress years ago. And she made the eggs a certain way and lured his father to where they eventually got married and obviously had all these fabulous children. So happy birthday, Violet. And you have a great day, or you have had a great day. Continue to have a great month. So I will go ahead and bring us back. And how sweet is that? I mean, and look at all of her family too. There's one other picture that's so great. I'll just add that one too. And
Oh, wow.
look at that. Everybody gets to cherish Violet. I mean, and look, the little ones there too. Like, why are we here? So yeah, really, really wonderful thing. So have a wonderful weekend, everyone, and call us and make sure that you get your copy of the perks so that you can have a little fun with this. And, it's Cat Day. Remember, it's Cat Day next week, next Friday. So have a great one.
Everybody who's allergic to cats is not going to acknowledge that day.
Yeah, probably not. So, all right, have a good one.
All right. Everyone, have a good weekend.
You too.